have faith in us that we can do it
Okay, call the
thoroughly.
meeting to order at 6 o'clock.
Motion adjourned. Jimmy's not laughing. He didn't like that.
You probably
Public
didn't hear
forum,
it.
anybody on public forum, besides Jimmy and our crowd out here?
You guys don't have any audio?
We should. Can you hear us, Jim?
Can't hear anything.
Oh,
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, the
Check-
audio says it's working.
Yeah, it says it's working.
Oh.
Check 1, 2, 1, 2.
Is it on the? It's on. It's on the.
It's on. We can hear Jimmy, but he can't hear us.
Can you hear Jimmy?
It shows
Jimmy?
you on, but there's nothing coming through.
Nothing
That's
coming
because we're talking about you.
No, it should be on. I can see that there's a level.
yeah,
If I
it's
mute
going
it.
up.
That should be working.
Nothing, Jimmy, nothing.
Hey, do you see
Nope,
the,
still nothing.
can you turn
You
off
can
the
hear me,
volume?
right?
Oh, yeah.
We can hear you.
You got a plus right there. You can hit the plus.
Well, that's the volume for
Not
this.
for that.
It should be
Oh,
working.
that's for us here.
Valerie's muted. There, I mean, that doesn't mean anything?
No, that's.
No,
That's
that's just
not-
per computer.
Okay.
That looks
Well, that'd be
good.
another
You
test
need
too,
to
is
make
swap
on
out.
close for the-
You mute yourself, have Valor come off and see if she can.
I was just gonna say that. Mute us and have Val unmute.
Shows you're off and on, off and on, off and on.
Jimmy, can you hear us?
So now it's gonna echo.
No, you can't hear us? No.
He's
I
on.
think it's something.
Shows both muted right now.
All right, can you hear anything now, Jimmy?
Anything?
Send him
And maybe his volume is
Can
on.
he turn his
a, and
volume?
have, maybe if he just disconnects and reconnects.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jimmy, can you try signing off and signing back on again?
he can't hear you.
That's right. Sign off, then.
He's gonna message him there. It's a lot easier that way.
I do it all.
And then we are here. It should be working.
Yeah, this is up to 40.
I'll try it.
I'll
Okay.
try it. See, he even knows how to get to the, he
See, we
even knows
just-
how to get to the chat.
We need one more person on that they can test who's on Zoom.
I'm gonna zoom this in my office.
Yeah, give it a, just, then that confirms that this is working. Usually we have one more person.
Nobody wants to listen to this but us.
What are our options?
So much for your hour-long meeting.
I believe that we can catch up. So the lost 5 minutes.
All right.
I'm going to eat some Starburst right now.
Yeah, so by the time I get home, I'll be
Yeah.
wired and not go to bed. Normally go to bed.
Anything, Jimmy? Nothing, I'm talking away, you know?
Nope, still nothing.
Chris is gone in the other room. We're checking. to see-
Yeah, he can't hear you. Joel.
So, tell him, we'll try one more. Okay. Sorry.
Went to the bank today.
Michelle, I'll see if I can read you that.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't do any deposits there.
Nope. There's two
But
more
I want
banks in town.
Well, I was freaking walking,
Oh, okay.
so I walked down to the other teller and
Did
she
them
said,
see
well,
that?
you can do deposits there, you just can't do cash deposits. Like, so I'm gonna go to 2 different places to do. freaking
Oh, I didn't know
deposits.
So you guys are, I can hear you guys just fine.
Okay, so it must be something on Jimmy's end, something with his speaker.
See if Jimmy can hear you, Chris.
He should be able to.
Jim, can you hear me?
Nope.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
No,
the problem's on his
Zoom
end.
into, yeah. check.
Tell him to turn his
Tell-
computer off
or
and back
tell-
on and then log
Or
in.
check his speakers. 'Cause my
Because
guess is
Chris, we can hear
speakers.
Chris in the other room.
You might not have any to bring your kids.
It should be on your.
I wish you wouldn't have put this way over there so I can't reach it.
Okay, public forum, you guys get anything for us?
It'll be good.
Two for public forum, I mean, you're here for both those, you're public too, so, okay. Regular review and possible approval of town administrator job descriptions and updates.
I will try that.
All right.
Oh, come on, I got things,
So I just resent the ones that I had done from last week, and we have copies of ones that Chris prepared with some suggestions, and Ian made some suggestions over here. And Joel, did anybody send anything to you?
I'm gonna want, I checked them this afternoon.
Did you get this one too? Is that? That one's for Joel. If you can get it. I see that Ian's version caught Chris's suggestion about changing the chief executive officer from the town administrator position to chief operating officer.
Right,
The-
we're thinking about it in a business type way.
Yeah.
Back up to the top, the hours.
Wait, which one are we on?
You're doing town
Let's do one at a time.
Town administrator, but back up to the top, because the hours are based on, salary is based on 45 hours, I believe. I mean, you always put in more than that, but I think all our department heads, their salary,
45.
that are on salaries based on 45 hours.
I don't see a number up there, Peter.
Yeah, it does. Not mine.
Okay, but, okay.
No, that one.
Ian's,
Yeah, so just for clarity, you guys all need to be on the same draft.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Well, you got all the drafts, so you, because they all came in separately.
Right, so we need to pick one that we want to talk about.
Although I think from my observation of reviewing time cards over these few years, I believe that they're all being based on 40 hours.
Okay,
You mean,
The time cards are being processed at 40 hours,
right.
For everybody.
pay-
everybody.
Right, that's overtime for anybody who puts in 41 hours, they get overtime, but because they're not,
salary
No,
people.
salary people.
wait a minute, because they're not salary, like everybody who's hourly gets.
And salaries, it's 40 hours. In other words, it hasn't been 45.
Well, Bruce's is 40.
I
Yeah,
don't-
Eric's is 45.
I thought Eric's was
But
40
the
hours.
time cards and the
Well,
payroll
the
doesn't
time-
reflect it.
I guess time cards don't matter because they're getting paid.
Yeah, it's
Salary.
up to 45 hours, I believe is the way it.
Is that in the personnel policy?
I don't.
It's not.
okay.
I think,
But-
well,
so if
it's
it's not in
not,
the
not
personnel policy.
necessarily personnel policy. I thought it was a contract.
Eric doesn't have a contract.
I'm pretty sure
You have a
that
contract.
45, she has contract. Yeah.
And I
But
don't know,
what?
I
Yours
don't know
is
that
probably
Meredith.
expired, has it, or is it?
No, no.
we still-
I don't know that Meredith, maybe Meredith has, it's just a
I don't think
regular
Meredith has a
employment
contract.
agreement.
Yeah.
Typical, yeah. So,
Okay, I'll ask the stupid question then, if you're approving contracts, does Meredith put in 43, she doesn't get, you're just still approving her salary?
it's
week.
just salaried, yeah.
Okay.
It's more of a calculation of comp time, flex time kind of stuff.
Right, so that makes a big difference if their hours are supposed to be based on 45 and they don't get comp time until after 45.
Mhm.
Right, every week, they put 4 hours in every week over. It's, the end of the year, it's
Well,
200
5
hours.
I do question the value of doing that, but it's not my, it's not my thing.
All I'm going is from past experience is whenever, like the road commissioner or it's always been, to my knowledge, it's always been 45, but
I don't know that it's been put into practice.
up
That's my point.
to 45 hours.
Hmm.
We don't offer any compensation over that 45 hours.
Right.
No, because as a
No, but
salary,
don't-
you don't get.
Compensation.
Right.
But don't they don't get CTO over 45?
We never get, you don't in the
No.
private sector.
Well, it depends on who it is, if you wanna know the truth. It's gray. So like, Eric's time card, it may say 52 hours on it, he takes 40 hours, and that's what he writes down, that's all he does. other management, you may see salary folks that they cross the 40-hour threshold and then it's one-to-one comp time.
Okay, we need to, this is the
Yeah.
personnel policy that we've been trying to do for 3 years now. We need to fix that. It's just, it's no
Just
consistency. It's
Try
gotta
to-
be.
try to do payroll
I
budget
know, and then that makes his job a living
Yeah.
hell.
And hopefully I get it right.
So in the middle of winter, Eric could put in,
68 hours.
he could put 90 in.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a week that he hasn't,
Does he get 40 that and 50 the CTO?
no.
No,
No, he doesn't.
Because somebody just said, well, then it goes.
He gets
to
his
comp
flat
time.
salary. Again, we might be getting into too much detail for
Mhm.
Right.
general public, yes. Not the.
Yeah, I think we can figure out, I think the hours, if we need that figure, we would need to look at our personnel policy and figure that out, but I think that's a separate meeting.
So we could just say
Well,
status.
salaried employees
full-time.
don't.
So we could just
If
say
they
status
work
full
overtime.
time, right?
Figures turn to
Yeah.
figure something.
Yeah, if they work overtime, they don't get, like, Bruce has to work so many hours before he gets overtime. He doesn't get overtime at 40 hours. I don't believe.
I have to look
Thought it
at
was
it.
55.
I'm working on his contract. I haven't looked at that, so
I thought that was
I don't
55.
I'd have to look at the contract.
Because when we were short. of
Because
staff.
he's different, because he's
But
got a
he is
contract.
different, but we did
Right.
all department heads in the
Same,
same way.
right.
And somebody shouldn't be getting, if they're on salary, they shouldn't be getting comp time without us knowing about it.
And I've been here 7 years and I've never heard the 45, even though I typically put in at least 45 every week. But, yeah.
The comp time is basically theoretical. I mean, it's kind of on the books. It doesn't have any value, but it allows flexibility. To take some time when, for long weeks, it allows for just a way of accounting for flexibility if you take a short week later. It just kind of balances out.
But we do have to be careful with that because anything that's on the books,
Yeah.
so when folks work over in this payroll software, if we give them comp time, it's tracked.
So,
And when they leave, you owe them.
Right.
well, so they're getting paid.
I
And
mean,
we- and we've run into that, we've run into that
Right.
before, yeah.
This is the whole part of fixing the damn personnel policy.
This is a different.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's a
Okay, so
different
let's
animal,
look at,
But it needs to come to light so we deal with it.
all right,
And we need to figure out how we want to do it. If we're gonna fix the personnel policy, we'll leave this at 40 hours. I can live with that.
Yeah.
But we need to, if we do that, we need to take care of the personnel policy sooner rather than later.
yes. Yeah, we can look at that. So in terms of looking at, so we have the original job description this is for the TA. And we have Val's minimal changes to that. We also have Chris's, which I believe this is one that has the chief operations.
Mhm.
So my recommendation would be to just go through Chris's, because he only has a couple of changes. And then look at the one that maybe I prepared and see if those match, or the one that Val's has done. See what matches, and then we can put Chris's away and then continue to work on the next one, if that's okay with everyone.
Okay, so there's no, I don't see any changes. I don't know if 2 matches with other 2 over
No,
here.
no, you just read
They're
one,
different.
I'm reading,
just one paper, don't even look at the other.
Yeah, just
And
look,
I
just look
did send Ian some changes, but there are a lot of them are
quite
same
similar.
as-
so let's go to number 5 then. It says overseas with input from, and then we cross that all subordinate department.
Yeah,
With input from the treasurer, the annual budget for the town, which includes the water, sewer, police district.
I would recommend that department heads stay included in the,
I think so too. I think it should say with something about the treasurer's final numbers or something of that nature. I don't know.
So here's the thought on this is in that, this is why the departments aren't listed.
Mm.
The department head should be working with the treasurer first. I mean, that's, so
okay.
Eric should come in and sit down with Sharon or
They're
myself.
all in.
We go through their budget, boom, and then that's presented up.
Okay.
Then the final budget's handed off, and then that's brought forward.
Okay.
That's the
right.
recommendations coming up from.
I
The town
disagree with it.
administrator would be the salary piece, department head. do their own piece there.
Yeah,
And then the other departments, we would meet with them, put all their information in Nemrick. And then you would see it and you would have, I mean, the town administrator would look it over, just like you guys would, but
right.
Yeah.
The idea
not
is-
actually do the base
Yes.
work, which that person shouldn't be doing.
Yes, it saves a step for the administrator position not to have to
That's
start.
not, I don't believe that's the job of the the treasurer. The treasurer is to pay the bills.
No, well. depends on what world you live
Treasurer is
in.
always, any organization I belong to, treasurers help set the budget.
Yes,
Yeah,
And again, Darlene from Never, we had this discussion, it's been paper.
I think if you have, depending on the size of your organization, if you have a treasurer as well as a financial director, I think those jobs can be split. I think in a small organization like this, I think the treasurer has the most knowledge about the budgetary workings of departments as well as the organization as a whole.
It's not gonna change anything. It's still gonna come to us with the department head and the administrator making their pitch for the budget. It's not like the administrator's not gonna have input for the budget.
I see the treasurer at the beginning of making a budget with each department head.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I just said.
Yes,
I don't see that with here, overseas with input.
Overseas with input from the treasurer. So they still oversee it. They just
they're just
aren't,
not doing the.
they're not
the
doing
grunt
the,
work.
the numbers to start with.
The department heads, you mean, aren't doing the numbers to start with, the treasurer is, or they're.
No, they'd be sitting with us. You as highway say, you would come in, like Eric would come in, we'd sit together, we'd put in the numbers into Nemrick, run off his budget as it is, and he's good with his numbers, and then when it's presented to you, he can answer any questions you have. That's how we did it at GMP. I did the whole legal department with outside counsel that way. We sat with them, found out what they
So-
needed in there, and there was questions once the board of the company reviewed it. So all the information would be in there, you'd have your 3-year average, you could look and see what had been spent. The books are almost to where we will have good numbers this year. So,
But the treasurer is gonna meet with the department, it's not
yeah, no,
not the
town administrator.
town administrator,
I guess where I'm going with that is the town administrator. It
they'll
says,
look at all the numbers.
I realize that, but the first thing says is the operations officer of the town. And when they come in and, okay, Eric says, I need this, this, and this, and the administrator says, the administrator is the operations and says, I don't see that where it's viable. Not on a personnel as in money wise, is, okay, I want a new snowplow, something to do this or that. And say, I don't believe that the operations, I'm trying to look at it that way, not so much as the treasurer part of it is paying for it. Is the operation of, I don't see that as liable, or I need more help or this or that.
I'm trying to follow what you're.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's
follow
where
where
we're
you're going
going.
to. Are you saying that if
Proposing
I,
something new to his
if
budget.
I as a department head want a new widget and you as the administrator don't think I need it, it shouldn't be included in my budget?
I think you, as the department head, you've got to convince the operations
If it's
officer
over and
of
above
the
what's
town.
normal.
No, they gotta convince us.
Right.
They gotta convince the operations
have-
officer first and
No.
say, I'm not even bringing that, or no, that's a great idea, I'm gonna support that and bring it to the select board if it's money that's available through the treasurer.
No,
I guess that's where I'm going with that.
I don't know,
Maybe-
that's
I mean, they don't
giving
do
a
that
lot
right
of
now.
power,
no,
right?
you don't do that now.
Because that's the power of the select board, right, is to make those decisions. So you'd be giving up that part of your job.
I mean, I don't know that we give, I
I'm
don't know
not
that
ready to
we,
give that up, but
we,
it seemed like we're taking away from the operations officer
Mhm.
of the town. That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
I
The
don't.
operations officer would review with the finance department anything that they might want that they don't think is, it's not for the operations officer just to make the decision.
Right, because we would want to have that discussion here.
Because you might
In that
think it's a good
meeting.
idea, even though the
Yeah.
operations officer might not.
Right.
But if we never see the information in the first place, we won't know to have a conversation about that.
I mean, Val, how have you done that in the past? If Eric's having discussions with you about equipment or something, I mean, is he coming to you and you're just
So
putting it on?
we have a capital budget now
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
and a plan.
Right,
So when Eric wants a new truck, he comes directly to us, through Valerie. He comes directly to us. It's not,
right. But it's also mostly planned out, though. It's not,
Yeah.
it's nothing that's surprising. Every once in a while there is, something breaks.
And then
you
it
need to
comes
get
to the
something-
select board.
Right, right. It doesn't necessarily go for you to mull over.
Right.
You would just transfer it directly. Okay. But if we're following the capital plans and the multi-year plans, hopefully there aren't no surprises. We already know what Eric's
well,
gonna be.
there's
asking
always
for.
gonna be change.
Right,
But our former treasurer, 3 treasurers ago, said, no, it's not in the budget, so you can't bring it up. He didn't budget for it, and
That's not.
That's not.
How would you know if you didn't budget for it? I mean, Eric gives us a budget, we don't necessarily know what he's specifically budgeted for, and like he has equipment, say he's got equipment, $10,000. I have no idea what equipment, as long as he keeps within his budget and it's needed.
there was a few times when.
Well, we don't even know if it's needed.
Right.
I hope it is.
Right.
I mean, the treasurer that you speak about, I think also had the idea that the budget wasn't to be done by the treasurer, that it was the select board's budget. That was said on multiple occasions, that it was the select board's budget. And
And
it was up to us to determine that. I don't think that's correct. 'Cause I don't think
Ultimately, it
we
is
have-
our budget, because.
It's our budget, but-
Ultimately.
But that's an end process. We don't,
You
it's not the
don't know,
beginning
we need
process.
guidance. I get that part of it. I'm just,
We don't know the day-to-day costs,
Right, exactly,
and we shouldn't have to.
right. If
That's
everything,
why
I'm
we
not
hire
real-
smart people.
I'm not gonna sit here and fight the tooth and nail, but I just thought it needs to go,
At
at least,
least-
I agree, but
But it says that they oversee it. So I don't see where you're losing anything.
so the truncated one of that in my version is prepare and manage the town's annual budget, including water, sewer, police districts in coordination with the treasurer and department heads. So that is a different thing. That's kind of similar to what it originally was. So we might want to alter that to what sort of Chris has done here in terms of oversee instead of prepare.
Or supervise.
Right,
Was the word you used.
And the acronym that we worked instead of the prepare and manage.
right.
Supervise and manage.
I mean, I don't see where it's gonna hurt anything to include the department heads in the statement.
No, we would leave that in there, but I think instead of prepare, which is assuming that the town administrator is preparing the budget, I think it's overseeing, or what was your suggestion?
Supervising.
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 So why don't we put that, I'm just gonna add that to mine. just
Yeah,
'cause
I'm watching you.
it's spelled-
so that's, you're the one that says draft on it.
Right, so I put mine up here. We don't have to go with mine, but I just felt with this, because Chris only had a few, we
Yeah.
got it to mine and then we could add others in and then we could mix around. What this one did, essentially, I just ran this through Chat GTP.
Right.
Essentially, it's taking our
Don't tell me that.
incredibly, no, that's what it's really good at. In terms of taking our incredibly long list, and some of these on our original list are almost, should be included in like a contract for somebody versus a job
Yes,
description.
it's too
Some of them,
long
it's
and-
very long and very confusing, I think,
Yeah.
because there's so much of it is like, the select board is doing this, but you're not doing this until the select board says this. I don't think that needs to be in a job description.
Mhm.
So what this is, version is sort of truncating that into more manageable actual duties and responsibilities.
Yeah, and I like how the bullets get pulled in under the type of work that it is.
Supervising.
Thank
And
you.
repair, and prepare.
Okay, all right, so that was Chris on number 5, and then number 8.
You already fixed that.
Your
You
line's
have-
still wonky. You've got supervise and prepare and manage.
So it's just supervise and manage.
Thank you.
No,
But
no,
you're-
no,
isn't manage?
Nope.
take out prepare,
Yes.
put in manage.
Just hit delete. There you go.
There.
There you go.
Supervise and manage the town's annual budget, including water, sewer, and police districts in coordination with the treasurer and department heads.
Yeah.
Does that
that's
sound,
it.
okay, and again, we can always update this and add more. So,
Yeah, after we hire somebody saying, surprise.
all right, so Chris has got number 8.
So, wait, let me just talk about that real quick.
Number,
Number two.
Okay,
budget
sure.
and finance. Supervise and manage the town budget. If I was sitting in Valerie's shoes, I'd say, I guess I don't have to prepare the budget this year.
Don't.
Because
No,
I'll go
this
back,
is-
I'll go
this is-
back to this key word right here, operations officer.
But isn't operations officer a job to delegate?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
delegate the
You're the
duties
top of the
of,
pyramid.
and you have somebody else. That's why you hire
Yeah, the
people
CEO.
smarter than you to do that job, so you could just oversee and make sure they're doing it right.
That's
It's what it's supposed to be.
Typically, operations manager would do things like developing policy, setting goals, ensuring safety, personnel, coordinating. with-
Making sure everybody's doing,
Right,
making sure
right,
everything's
because
getting
it
done.
was chief executive, which is the highest ranking, right? The second highest ranking is the chief operating officer.
But you don't want your chief operating
See, you were
officer that you
CEO for
pay
so
like
many
a high
years,
amount
and
of
now we
money
just
to do
demoted you.
lower level work, like that's a waste of money. I quit, so.
Just, she was leaving.
The
She
person
gets
at the
demoted.
highest salary is the one you want overseeing the team who's doing the
Yeah.
individual work. At least that's the way I think about it.
And I think you caught the public works, road crew, public works.
But at the end of this whole thing, all we gotta do is, and anything else the select board deems necessary. And,
No, I know, that's in there. That's in
yeah,
there.
That
so,
all catch up.
yeah.
Says in our
I mean,
job
this is so
description,
that
what-
when,
and
this
any other
is so
duties
that when
properly-
Valerie says, do I really want this job? And she reads through it and she's like, no effing way do I wanna do that.
I know, she may have skipped a lot of these enormous lists.
So you got the public works one in number
So-
8 already?
Yeah,
Well,
he-
so what was that? I gotta
this-
figure
it
out.
was highway department or something like that, or
Right.
road department. I think it was caught in here.
Yeah, you crossed it out, road.
Well, so what did it get transferred?
Works.
into?
Public works.
Looking,
I know.
you could just do a fine.
Just a little minor thing, because it says water and sewer district, should it
Just
say
do road.
police district?
That's nice.
Police. department?
Sorry.
Just a little minor thing.
You know, I already have it highlighted because I already did the
Oh,
search.
where is it? Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Should it, Ian, should it say, you guys, where it says police department, it says water and sewer district, should it say police district department or police district?
There we go.
Just asking.
Oh, police department versus police district.
Maybe we should leave it open if we're going to revisit that.
Well, we've got it, well, in my version, it's act as chief operating officer of the town and manage daily operations of all municipal departments, including public works, police, fire, recreation, water, and sewer districts, and administrative offices.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But you don't have the word departments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's a
got municipal
catch-all
departments,
with
catch all.
municipal departments, yeah. All right, what else did Chris have in his?
So, to say that, I went through yours, there's only one other change that I saw.
Oh, okay,
Is in section 2, your last bullet point, collaborate with the grant administrator. Number 6 does all that.
okay.
Number
right.
6 in his.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, it's kind of
right.
like a double, okay.
So that, you could just strike that one
Yeah.
line.
Where, what,
Oh, number 2, the very last bullet.
This, no,
point.
it's on his one.
Sorry, we got too many,
We got-
we were all excited about changing these.
For this one. He just said, he just went through his and he said, so
Although I
this
kind of like
one
it there, so like
here
here, collaborate with,
is the same.
I think that should be
as
the number 6.
financial
financial part of
So
it,
say, just get rid of
ensuring
that.
I
compliance with
see.
all financial regulations.
No, he said he went
If
through,
you
checked whatever changes he
Right.
had and
I think
he
it
caught
fits in
him
that
here.
category.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
because
so,
grant rating and administration is different.
oh,
So I would leave the bullets that you have in 6 the way they are, and for that one, just say, collaborate with the grant administrator to ensure compliance with all financial regulations.
Yeah, it's really screwy when I see you messing on my screen. It's like,
you can edit away. We
I
can
don't
all,
want
we
to.
can all hack away
But I
at
was
this.
just like,
Okay, so that's good. We're done that
Collaborate
one.
with the
Let's
grant
move on.
administrator to ensure compliance with all, yeah, that's nice.
Good job, everyone.
Did you have any others, Chris?
That was it. when I went back to you.
And then there was the, right, emergency management, which we definitely updated
Yeah,
that,
you updated that.
right? And that was Val's suggestion.
Right.
Very much so.
Now, in Chris's on number 17 and his We propose striking reference to the town administrator doing any kind of grant application.
Yeah, because we have a grant.
So, well, there might be time when we don't.
I think
If that's when
that's-
you address it. I think it's
think it's in here,
confusing if you
number
have, because
six.
right now we overlapping roles.
Could it say on behalf of the town,
But it already,
in the absence of a grant writer?
I wouldn't write a job description on the what ifs. Write it on what you have today. If you need to modify the job description or what that person is doing, you
Yeah.
modify it.
And
down.
hell just froze over that, because we don't do it.
but also like
That's the
provide
problem. We've
oversight
been
and
trying to-
support.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I'd rather have it in the absence of, just say in the absence of.
Well, and also in the reality, we do split sometimes. There have been times when I have done them because I just have more of it, it's right there and I just.
But
But
do
it
it.
says identify and apply
And I
for.
think collaborate with, to identify, apply for, manage,
Yeah.
right? That, to me, that seems to cover it, because collaborating could be her saying, you do this one and I'll do this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, kind
Let
of
me
a
ask you this.
division.
Right,
Okay, Evan North, Firehouse Apartments, big grant, but it got administered through the town. Who did the administration of that? So. that
I
was-
was didn't have a writer.
So another one is the grant writer gonna administrate that, or is the
Going
administrator?
forward, maybe.
Yeah,
Well, you
She's
just-
administering
wait a minute,
them
she
right
just said
now, right?
maybe.
No, she's doing them all.
That's her job.
yeah.
She's doing all.
She's doing them all now, administrating.
Well, she's not signed into that grant portal yet. Right now, I'm the only one authorized.
Forever.
Yeah, that one might actually kill me.
Boy, that's the one I'd hand off
I know.
ASAP.
yeah, we give you permission to.
Yeah.
I would bring her in on that one and let her do it.
Yeah, I am. And
Especially
she's going to
while
a
you're still
training.
here.
She's going to a training,
Right.
if she hasn't already. I think it's later this month.
Okay.
And that's good, because then you're still here, so she can ask
Mhm.
questions.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Sharon, anything you see that is out of whack?
For this,
Yeah.
I had a lot of the
I
same
think I'm
comments as
looking at
Chris.
this one, I think. So this one, you
We
can
don't
fold,
wanna
you
write
can
them.
fold Chris's up,
But
because those are incorporated into
That's the one
this.
that Val just sent out this afternoon. I wrote Val. 'Cause she
This
gave
is
me
the one that came from, this is Chris's changes. So I'm gonna just fold that over and say, okay, done. So are we going back to
And-
Ian's?
If you want to.
Yeah, Ian's is the working draft.
Because I don't think there's any other major changes, but this did change our original one by quite a bit, just in terms of the rewriting.
Mhm.
But
Is this one's Ian's?
Yeah, but it's different now, so you're gonna
Yeah.
have to look at the screen.
Okay.
Well, it's not
Just by-
totally, not totally different, but just a few.
I like this one, although I wish you had done instead of ChatGPT. I feel betrayed.
It's the perfect
You're
use
showing your age.
of that technology.
I'm not comfortable with chat either, but I know
Pretty
stuff
soon
like
it's
this,
gonna
it works
be-
pretty good.
It's gonna be our town administrator pretty soon.
Not a chance.
Hey, Ian, where is, I know in the original one, it said something about the town meeting. Where did that get moved to in yours?
Town meeting or town,
Well, doing town meeting, warning,
uh,
Report work.
more of the town meeting.
Was that select board
I
support?
wondered where it got moved to.
I don't think it's in here.
no. No, that specific isn't in there, but we can add it back in. So how does
Well,
that?
I just wondered, because normally a lot of, Valerie has done the warning only because it was done before, but if that person is gonna do the warnings, they need to make sure they're collaborating with me, because they don't know everything that needs to go on.
So does that person need to do the warnings? Can town meeting like be
Well,
handled?
most town clerks do the warnings.
Okay.
But that isn't how they've been done here.
Well, I
How do
was,
you want them done here? We're moving forward. This is
right,
we wanna make things as efficient as possible and use your time as effectively as we can. And if you've gotta do it and then have the administrator do it too, it doesn't make sense.
No, we work together just in case to make sure that.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know about something you want on the warning, or
Right.
maybe, so it should be
I think
a
I would,
collaborative.
yes, I would say that the clerk department would take the lead on that, and it's the reason I left out the report. Because even though that was in Val's description, and I know that you had done it previously in,
Wait,
Waitsfield. I know
but
that.
I've done it since I've been
Right,
here,
and
you've
then
done
you
it
and
the
I have
last
worked
three,
on
yeah.
it, yeah. And that's not to say that I think it should be probably a town clerk. I feel that the town clerk would know more overall in terms of what's going on.
Yeah, because
So I think
I
it's-
also do all the appropriations.
Right, so you have all that information. I would say that we would leave it out of this,
Okay.
or we could put it in terms
You
of
better start
collaboration.
working
I would say
on your
that
job
collaborate or
description.
oversee or.
Okay, so let's see.
So
The
in
operational
the
oversight.
original job description that was
Yeah.
from last week, number 18 says prepare agendas for select board meetings in cooperation with the select board chair. The town administrator shall make such arrangements for all town meetings that are not the responsibility of the town clerk as the statutory supervisor.
Number 6 says overseeing the gathering of information for preparation of the annual town reports for distribution in accordance with the statute prior to town meeting, including such information as the select board may direct.
So it sounds like those could go under number 3, select board support, in some merged bullet.
Yeah,
Or coordinate with the town clerk,
okay, so
something like that.
what number is it, Val? on the original?
18. Prepare agendas for the
It's
select
so
board.
long.
18 and 6.
Yeah.
18
The town
and 6.
administrator shall make such arrangements for all town meetings that are not the responsibility of the town
I'm
clerk
feeling kind
as the statutory
Okay.
supervisor
Yeah,
of
I'm
elections.
staying out. Chocolate I can do, that's way.
Yeah.
Okay.
of. I have to do a chocolate. I think that's.
So the
gonna
town
be
report information, I think we're
It's
gonna
got
keep that out. I don't think that should be the
protein.
administrator's thing. And then if we're looking at.
good. Chocolate and peanut butter.
Prepare agendas for select board meetings, select board chair.
There you go.
Because we've also had the issue of town meetings where it's the town, it's the moderator. And their responsibilities before the moderator, like organize the food and stuff like that. It was actually nothing to do with you and your position or in Sharon's position, but then that didn't get.
I was never involved with that,
Right,
No.
so,
which is fine.
Mhm.
right. I mean, do we need? the
We
town to-
just- This number 6 just says oversees the gathering. Yeah, you could put in there oversee and coordinate with the town clerk.
Well,
What was town meeting, one of our meetings?
well, kind of, right? Isn't it
Why,
a?
it just,
No, I
That's
does
an
say
interesting
prepare
point.
materials for
You
select
just sit
board
at the front,
meetings.
though.
Is it, yeah, I don't think a town meeting is a select board meeting,
It's
but
not.
but we have a select board meeting and then we go into town meeting,
Right.
which then
Right.
isn't,
Right.
and it's the
Well, we have
moderator.
the water,
Right.
water. Sometimes we
Yeah,
have an
that's true.
executive
Police
session.
one too, yeah.
Right.
All right, so you're saying number 6.
Yeah,
That's a
right,
strong
sorry,
one.
police
Right.
district meeting, not water meeting, police district.
So if we do,
Where will they find number 6 on my pile of crap?
That's on the
sorry,
original.
Joel.
Just look at the
Just
screen.
made it as confusing as possible.
6 and 18 is that.
All right, so what do we
I don't
got?
know which one we got.
We've got prepare materials for select board meetings, including agendas, financial reports,
And then number
operation
18.
updates. Attend all select board meetings and work sessions, providing recommendations on policies. Okay, but we really don't want oversee the gathering information for and preparation of the annual town meeting.
Again, working together.
Yes,
Mhm.
so collaborate
Mhm.
or instead of oversee,
Yeah,
because
collaborate,
oversee
yeah.
seems like you're doing it.
Mhm.
Or at least delegating, but yeah.
Nope, can't spell please.
Don't worry, ChatGPT will fix it for you.
Do we have to have, I lost it.
No, I read it wrong.
Let him finish his thought, don't ask him
Yeah,
something
okay.
yet.
I will.
There you go.
Collaborate with town clerk and gathering of information for and preparation of the annual town report. That's,
Do you need
Do you
preparation?
have to put in for distribution in accordance with the statute?
I know, it
Like,
seems
why do
so
you have to put all
wordy.
that in?
well, that's why we're trying to make this
Yeah.
as less
We
wordy
would
as
just say
possible.
the annual town report for
Right,
town meeting,
for town
period.
meeting.
Right.
Well, but it's, we were trying to take out the town report side of things and just have it be for town meeting.
Okay, so do that, gathering of information for
What?
town meeting.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so if you take that out. Preparation of the annual town report for distribution.
Well, it has to
The
go in
annual
print, and
town
that,
meeting.
that has to be approved. Or,
And
you know, we can't put information out.
so we don't have, we don't have anything about special town meetings.
No, we'll do that in a sec,
Okay.
because we have done
I don't know, you have to put anything for special town meeting.
Right.
That's still, or a
I would- I
special
would
meeting,
say
that's still a
that's-
select board meeting.
I would say that's captured in here,
Yeah.
prepare materials for select board meetings.
Now, in this section, should we also put in something about the actual select board report that goes in the town report,
Mhm.
which is different than the, you know,
Right.
Right.
compiling the whole report, but the select board's annual report.
Well, it's just like any of the other department heads.
Right, but there, I don't see mention of preparation of that.
The chair always did it before, and you started
Correct.
when you, because you know everything that's gone on.
So I don't know if you want to
Teresa did
codify
it.
that or just leave it to wait and see.
I think that.
Well, no, I like the idea of the assistance of the,
Yeah, you can edit it.
well, I mean, it doesn't mean that. I would say maybe prepare the select board's annual report
Maybe that's it.
with collaboration from the chair.
Type that on fast, Ian.
I think under select board support, the first one should say, as it does, prepare material for select board meetings and any special select board meetings.
Well, I think it covers it.
I do too.
It's a special meeting, it's a meeting.
Why did we write special select board meeting on that then? I was asked the question. She
Because
said,
it
No,
wasn't
it's
I've got
called.
40 different pieces of paper,
No,
I don't know what hell, and she prepared them.
This is a special meeting, but she still
Doesn't say
prepared.
that.
It's
This
still a
is
select
a
board
special
meeting.
Right,
meeting.
it's only special because we called it out
Take
of
it easy.
sequence. It's not the normally scheduled time.
It's a special meeting if it falls on a different date. It's still, they still have to prepare the
It's not a
materials.
normal meeting, yeah.
Okay,
Actually, this
Play
is a
it back
special
then.
elect.
the water bond fails in November and we decide to bring it again in December.
That's
Okay.
an election, that's a warning and a ballot and another
But it's
election.
not a town meeting.
So it's
No,
six.
but
Who handles
It's
it?
a
6:45.
It's like when Ian ran in December for becoming a select board member.
I get that, but in here it says,
Can't wait till March.
collaborate with the town clerk to gather information in preparation for the annual town report and prior to the town meeting. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
I think this looks good and I move to accept the job.
Jessica, I would ask that you just not move it just to get out of here.
No, but I think it's good.
Okay,
I think the trouble with our previous job description is that I think we.
too much?
Right, it had
Too
gone,
wordy.
we'd gone
Yes.
through and added way too much, like, for any potential was in there,
Right.
which I don't think we need.
So the only,
We're still working on number two.
Then why did somebody do that then?
I just find it
The old boards
overwhelming.
didn't know what they're doing or
Well, no, just, it seems like if you're a town manager and you get this job ad,
town
a
administrator?
town administrator, and you get this job ad, I mean, it's just a little bit, it's a lot. Like
Yes.
job ads don't normally look like this, so I just think.
It's like, boy, that select board's needy, I'm not blaming it.
But I think shortening it like this and not having, I mean, obviously, like if something is needed and you ask that person to do that to help prepare for a meeting or help the select board, that they would do it. But I feel like if you put it all in there, then it becomes this job ad that like somebody's on page 4 and they're like, I'm done reading, like I'm not gonna read anymore. So I just think shorter is better.
What would you say, Chris?
should not be a $10 select board meeting. Your previous one had a caveat, like this, if there was no, if you're discussing their personnel matter.
Yes,
Or if the select board gives you an absence, so that would be the only, I
okay,
don't know how you want to clarify that.
yeah,
I like the one that was in the first draft here, 44 days ago or 3 days ago.
what number, Joe?
But we are going to have a contract, right? Like where we
Yes.
specify all of these things.
Which I
This
think is where you can
This
sort
is
of break
looking for the
some of that
person,
out.
like trying to find the right person who's a match for
Then I
the
would
position.
eliminate just the word all, and it would cover what you're trying to eliminate.
There you go. That's better.
So,
Simple is better.
so do that,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a good.
okay.
And then get into the minutia in the contract.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's good.
exactly, yeah.
All right, so what do we want to do for this third bullet point? We've got collaborate with the town clerk in the gathering of information and preparation for the annual town report. Yeah, do we need the statute thing in there? I don't know.
I
if we
don't think
do.
so.
Okay,
No, I think just annual town meeting and get the rest of it out of there.
okay, so town meeting instead of the report,
Right,
because again,
because
it's the,
It's, you're saying the gathering of
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, because technically, some towns don't have town administrators, so it's,
Right.
who else is responsible for doing it in the absence of a town administrator?
and I looked at the Middlebury job description, which was recently filled.
Mhm.
There's a lot of,
And it's a town manager, which is a very different
Different.
well,
statutory.
but some of the stuff they had in terms of the working conditions
Yeah,
was like, I'm amazed that anyone would apply for that job.
That's maybe why they
There's a
struggled
lot
to
of
fill
stuff in
it.
there. It's like, good
Now,
lord.
do you want to put in here the preparation of
Long
the
time.
town?
What's
Yeah,
that?
yeah, because she
Okay.
stayed on
Yeah.
while they were searching and then finally
Right.
had to leave
No,
and they were still
she's
searching.
gone.
Yeah.
Who's gone?
She is now, but she
They-
stayed for months to help them try to find
Who's
someone.
gone?
Kathleen Ramsey,
She only stayed 2 months. She only announced the end of August.
right?
She only had to stay 2 weeks.
Right.
Right.
Do we want the, including such information as the select?
I don't
board
think
may
it took very
direct?
long to hire.
Do we need that?
Really?
No,
It did for town clerk. 'cause they
Yeah.
had to find somebody that lived in
No,
town
I
that
think
would
that's
run.
needed.
Yeah, they
Okay,
changed
that's
it.
very, again,
She was
minutia in
like
terms of like,
years.
whatever the select board.
Mhm.
Okay,
It just, I think I think in this case, less is more.
yes.
Right.
You
And
need
then
it
you
more
put the detail in
open-ended.
the contract,
Is it more open-ended?
right?
And
Okay.
again, if you all feel that it isn't covering the bases
Right.
later on, you can direct the person to do more.
Mhm.
Okay, and so you wanted the,
As long as
No,
we
they were
say at
just
the
saying
end.
something about
Yeah.
preparing the
Right,
select
so-
board's report in conjunction with the chair.
I think that covers it in number 3. Gathering information in preparation for the annual town meeting, and I think the town report goes along with the town meeting. We wouldn't have one
You mean the
without the
select
other.
board report.
Right.
Right, and so I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, any other,
I like this one a lot more. I think it's just, it took all the good information that were in the other 2 drafts, but it put it together in a way that's so much more readable, you know?
so were there any other changes you had in your initial
I don't think
round?
so, but I do have concerns about, section 8.
Okay,
Which section? Oh,
Yeah, I
long-term
was gonna
plan.
ask what sticks out in this that would make you say, whoa, I'm not interested in that position.
right,
Well, I was surprised to see that in the current job description, number 13, it says prepare long-range planning documents or capital plans as directed by the select board and with input from various department heads and committees.
You did that all on your own. We never directed
I
you.
know, well, yeah, and,
We subconsciously did that.
I felt the vibe. But I think I gravitated toward that just because of my background.
right,
And I saw the need to do it. I don't know that other candidates would
Oh,
have that or
okay,
know that. And also, I don't know, the planning commission really needs to have a strong role in all of that.
right, which they do doing the town plan. I mean, so much of that is.
But I
in
had
there.
practically zero interaction with the planning commission.
Mhm.
Early on, when I first came on board, I met with them and chatted about some ideas, but that was it. It was never a regular
Okay, so
line of communication.
Could you put like after other stakeholders, comma, like the planning commission?
or how about the next one we're going to talk about is the planning director,
Right,
Planning and zoning.
zoning
administration.
administrator.
right.
That might be a better person to talk to anyway, because they're gonna have oversight
When they
of
go
3 different,
Well, that's the way I began to frame it, is
yeah,
that person, if the select board agrees to grow that position, that there's capacity there to
Right.
take that on, and there's a logical connection.
They're saying
Zoning and
zoning
planning
administrator,
Thank you, yes.
not planning commission.
yeah.
No, he's saying. he's
Well,
putting
do we
both.
want to do both, or do we want to have, we can put one in
I
and
would
move
say
them
both.
around?
Here, the title was planning and zoning administrator.
Stop it. Terrible title.
Especially when you're under the gun.
And just on here, it's the other way around. It's planning and zoning administrator. not
Zoning and planning administrator, I like that, switch it up.
Well, that's what
You want
that's what we switched it to for
Planning and
now,
zoning.
Oh,
but I'm proposing switching it back to planning
Zoning.
and zoning,
Right.
Okay.
PZA,
That's what
Okay,
I'm
so change
saying,
it to
just we're
planning
gonna
and
keep it all.
yeah.
The emphasis
Because
is on the planning.
Well, it's more encompassing, whereas at 20 hours a week, the administrator really doesn't have a whole lot of extra capacity
I
to
was
do
gonna say, that
planning.
fix that.
So it's really focused on the zoning process, the development review process, at 20 hours a week, but it broadened, that there's more capacity to do more planning.
How's that, Val? Look on the screen.
Yeah, that looks good.
So I think the question I had, and I don't know if it belongs in here or not, is because you also deal with the water and sewer allocation letters. So does that need to kind of go in here, or does that
That's
need to
right,
go?
that was
in?
your suggestion.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I knew you dealt with that. That's not something Jill does, so.
Right.
Well, would
I
the
don't know
town
if that-
clerk do that?
No, I don't.
I don't even know where she gets her information from, so
She just,
she
it's
makes
in,
it up.
it's in the cloud, we're pulling it off.
Well, so who?
I received direct requests from engineers
Right.
and other people who say, can you please issue us, we're filing for a wastewater permit, we need a letter.
But we don't know where she looks to determine whether we have the.
Yeah, how do you
The
determine if you have the
capacity or not.
capacity?
so wouldn't that be planning and zoning, no?
That's what I would think,
Yeah,
right,
It's more of a permit.
right.
Well, I just
Yeah,
went
I
through it, and Kevin had to get one to send, he had to get a letter from Valerie. And I think with Jill's input, we pumped so many gallons, we have the capacity to feed 5 units.
Yeah, I would think that
planning
Jill
was that?
should be able to come up with that. That should be a Jill thing, because she knows how much
No,
capacity
They're
we
the
have.
operators, they're not.
Yeah, I would recommend it
We
stay
have to have
in-house.
somebody.
Stay in.
Well, I
can
understand that, but she would
collaborate.
have to,
Right.
She could
somebody's
be-
gotta know what our capacity is, because we can't keep issuing letters for houses if we don't have the capacity.
Well, from
to
what
provide
I
that.
understand, we have a lot of capacity.
Mhm.
I don't know the
For
numbers
water.
off the top of my head, right, but, we're not at risk
For water,
for water.
right, but for sewer.
As long as we don't, as long as we take care of our leaks, is the way I
That's
understood
true.
it.
So we could put it in.
Because our
number-
pump times are approaching,
Yeah,
the
25
limit.
hours a day.
They're approaching, well, no, they're approaching the limits of what they want us to be at
yes.
in order to allocate more water.
Are you adding that to the PZA position?
Mhm.
Okay, so I think that would be good. Take it away from the zone, from the TA position and put it in the planning and zoning.
Here again, I just
think-
don't think that's the proper place for it,
Why?
because it's not.
It's
I'll
not
go back to-
planning, it's not zoning, it's not,
No, it's not.
Planning.
It's operations. Does the operations of this town have the capacity to handle more water? Not planning and zoning, sure, I'll give you it, all you want, planning and zoning,
Well,
I
let
don't-
me ask you something, how is done though?
through Jill, through our
No.
operator, how much water do we have?
Do you
capacity to
consult with
pull?
Joe when you do one of
I
those
did
letters?
early on,
Mhm.
but, the volumes that are being requested are so low, they're not significant, they don't significantly
But why
You
impact.
know, a
can't the
brewery
planning-
comes in
why
and says,
can't-
I need 100,000 gallons a minute.
Well, why can't the planning and zoning administrator do that?
In,
Do the same thing that she's doing.
Yeah.
right, in cooperation,
Right.
right, like they're
I
not
don't
the
see
one
that.
who's
I
in
just
charge of
don't
it, they're
see
just
that.
doing
See,
the work.
you know, Joel, no offense, but on one hand, you're always telling Valerie she has to give stuff up.
Yes.
And on the other hand, you're saying we want the new administrator to hang on to all this stuff. As long as they oversee all this stuff.
Right,
Yeah,
Now, I would agree with zoning and planning if it was in my I'll take my little 4-lot subdivision. It's 4 lots because I already got water to the house. If it was all part of the planning with my driveway permit and all that, I get that part of it.
okay,
That's where it should be.
yeah,
But if it's, if it's Caleb Butler who's coming, he sat in front of me the other night with a 4-lot subdivision. And zoning doesn't get involved with his water because he's drilling wells.
Right,
So,
well, it's private.
right, so
right, state of Vermont permit.
I just,
Do you have any thoughts on that, Chris?
it'll still have to have, it'll still have to have a state permit. It
Right.
still
Right.
can't, it'll have to have all the paperwork that you have. The only difference is the water allocation
about
won't
that.
come through the town.
Exactly. The allocation will come from an engineer, wherever they've hired to engineer the project. Here, they don't need to hire an engineer for the water because we already have a water system.
Right.
So Callahan, he's gonna have to have his engineer figure out what the water capacities are, that's part of their. Unlike here, you just have to deal with septic, you have to dig your test holes for septic, then you gotta do water, so you get it's a potable water and septic permit.
Yeah.
The difference is, we've already done all the legwork for the water.
I feel like for like Joel's application, it's the perfect thing for the planning and zoning to do, where it's like, it's issuing permits as well as here's your water capacity.
I mean,
Like, that seems like they would go hand in hand.
I mean, you-
How can you issue a building permit if he doesn't have water?
Right.
Right,
I agree with that, and I would have liked that, and maybe when I applied for my 4 or 5 lot subdivision, whatever you wanna call it, is 1 lot with a house.
right.
You know,
It's
and now-
still a lot. You
It's still a
have
lot. So I got
water,
5
it's a
lots.
5 lot subdivision.
So if they
No,
had said-
seriously,
wait a minute, besides you didn't meet the driveway access and this and that, it's too steep or this and that, and oh, by the way, we don't have water capacity, I might not have bought it. So
Right.
maybe getting it, I'm trying to convince myself, maybe putting it on planning, knowing early.
Yes.
I mean, it should be part of the process,
Yes.
maybe we need to change the permit if they're gonna do that, to say, do you need a water allocation? Do you need a sewer allocation? Do you need, you know?
And that's part of the sketch plan process.
Yeah,
Exactly.
When it
right.
goes to the DRB, the sketch plan, that is exactly what that process is intended for. What are the driveway requirements? What are the water requirements? What are the septic requirements? Is there an Act 250 requirement?
Yeah,
Those are the
because-
things that are discussed in that process.
Right.
Not, I got a town permit, and being a public building, I needed an Act 250 permit. I got the building built before the state let me know
Right.
that. And
Okay, I
it's
guess-
expensive after the fact.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could convince me that it really belongs under planning, because if you'd have said, oh, we don't have water enough to give you it, I would have had to drill 4 wells, and I might not have bought that.
Yeah.
And you might not, you wouldn't have been able to subdivide it into that lots, because the
You wouldn't have the isolation.
Isolation
business,
I
right?
just wanted to add into this conversation that the planning commission does want to know more about wastewater and water, that this is part of this new process they're doing to like figure out their planning process, their updated planning process. So I think that this will increasingly be under their purview, so I think it makes sense to have it under this
I
position.
mean, it probably makes sense now, we knocked it out here, under the planning and zoning administrator, because we're gonna increase their hours anyway.
Valerie's back in
Yes.
school, she's raising her hand.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Valerie
You
wants
can just-
to-
I'm running the meeting
Interrupt-
here.
interrupt at any
I
time.
think I'm running the meeting. Go ahead.
So, with the new rate structure that the Select Board and Water Commission recently approved, that includes, allocations of water based upon dwelling units. So one of the things that we're going to do is update the zoning permit application form to indicate that with the change of use, for example, an ADU or whatever in the village, to indicate that they need to apply for another water allocation. So put that right on the zoning permit application, so there's that stronger connection between.
Or the other way too, where we
Yeah.
have like a current multifamily unit reverted back to single family home. If
Yeah.
There's any changes in dwelling units.
Yeah.
Part of it. They were not
Okay.
zoning.
Right, so we're
Right.
integrating that into the review process now, so that it makes a lot of sense.
Good, okay.
The chocolate I'll eat.
Yeah, is there any more chocolate?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else on your list?
Before we move.
What was,
further.
what prompted this whole discussion about that? was
About
it?
what?
But we
The
just
permit,
talked
The
about.
water sewer
The-
allocation letters.
The capital
Coordinate,
improvements
right.
and, just long-term.
Okay, so
planning issues.
we're gonna put that into that position when we talk about that in a sec. Okay. Anything else that you had on your list, Val?
I haven't really had much time to look it over, but,
Well, your original one, you had made
Oh.
changes.
oh, I didn't have that many,
Okay. And everything was in there. I mean, I didn't think there was anything missing
yeah,
from that.
yeah, getting the emergency management out.
Yes. So that was work closely with the emergency management director,
Mhm.
and we would have to figure out how the town is gonna handle that. Is that gonna be a position that is volunteer? Is it gonna be a position that's paid, that has a stipend,
Mhm.
something like that?
Yeah.
I think we need some sort of financial incentive to
Yeah.
entice someone to actually do that position, or multiple people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Down to your working conditions. I think you have,
So I have a question.
you have 40 hours, and then you have all select board meetings. I think you're gonna check out all.
Question on the emergency management.
Yeah.
What about all the paperwork that goes along with it, for like the LEHMP or any of those kind of stuff? If it's a volunteer position, who is gonna be doing that?
Right, that's
You
right,
can have a volunteer for somebody for opening
I know,
shelters and
Yes.
stuff, but
I think the town administrator can still do those local documents. That's different than being, on the front
Being the
line.
actual coordinator.
yeah,
Yeah, or being on the front line in an actual disaster or situation,
that's right, partly the stipend, or
right?
whatever you might wanna think about doing would be helpful, I think.
Yeah,
is Pete Coffey still the deputy?
he is.
And we have an interested person that might wanna,
Oh, that'd be great.
Jump on board.
yes, need to work with them on that.
Just for context, 100 million years ago, during Tropical Storm Irene, I was the town administrator in Waitsfield, but the emergency management director was a volunteer, and he did a phenomenal job, and I just kind of did what he told me to do. And that worked out just fine.
Yeah.
But that person really carried a lot of responsibility and
Right.
and capability too. I mean, it needs to be somebody who can do
Well,
that.
that's like, it's like Pete Coffey's very capable of doing it, but the problem is he's not here.
Yeah.
4 or 5 months through the winter.
Yeah,
And then each time that there's been a disaster here, I'm on the other side of the mountain.
Mhm.
So, and who knows where the next person's going to be, if they're gonna be.
Guess who it falls on? The whole select board.
I know.
Ian, can you go to the top of the job ad again? So, okay, good. Well, so for status, do you just want to say full-time and then flexible with evening meetings required? Like get rid of the 40 hours per week,
First full-time salary.
right?
like that.
Yeah. And then in the contract, you'll specify all of that other stuff.
Because technically here, 32 hours is considered full-time, so.
It's full-time for benefits. It's not technically full-time.
Right.
No, but a lot of places you won't get full-time, you won't get benefits till 40.
Right.
I like
Oh,
it.
So then
really?
it
Most
should-
of them are changing that. It's now 32. I mean, it didn't
I'd
used to
like
be.
to work 32 hours a week, not 40.
I'm technically only supposed to
So
work
if I read
32
that full-time, 32 hours, I would think if I put 35 hours in that week, I get 3 hours overtime.
No, you don't.
I know.
You don't get overtime.
I get that, but you just said 32 hours full-time.
Well, when we go to a 32-hour work week, he will.
That sounds lovely.
For the emergency management, depending on what we decided to do, what does what are other stipend positions that we do for the town?
It's typically $500 for the health officer.
That's good, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I knew there was another one, okay, so we could base it off that.
Well,
Is that the only-
some of the other stuff, I mean, the fire officers also get stipends.
Stipends, yeah. They get
Oh,
more
yes.
than that.
The officers, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So we could look to that when we decide,
Mhm.
okay.
Okay, we done with this one?
Yep.
You were an hour ago. Are we done with,
I think everyone should look over, I mean, obviously, I just sent this today, so this is fresh for everyone to look
Can
at.
we go
Right,
back
for
to
like
the-
typos.
can we go back to the one for the town meetings? That one? I'm still not comfortable with that.
Wait, what's
Or
the,
the one that
The select, number 3.
prepare me, go back up just, prepare materials for select board meetings, including agendas, financial reports and operations. 10 cent, collaborate with the town clerk and guiding information program for the annual town meeting. So we're gonna build a new police department or a new town shed and we gonna have a February vote or an April vote.
Mhm.
It's not a select board meeting.
That's, town clerk's
Fine.
purview.
It's not a town meeting. It's not an
It
ADA.
doesn't matter,
it's
it's
an
an
electric-
election.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
what
say
it-
that there, though. It says collaboration with the town clerk for this annual town meeting. I'm
But
just,
what
I'm
what
playing
I'm
devil's
saying-
advocate here.
What I'm saying is that that's not under the town administrator's purview.
Right.
That's under town clerk.
So she's gonna handle,
I'm gonna,
Budget for
just
the
like I did for the MAUSD extra elections.
Yeah.
I handled everything.
Yeah,
did you handle all the stuff or they did deliver it? I'm playing
No.
devil's advocate
I
here.
had, I.
So you're going to put the thing in the paper, how much it is, all that stuff.
No, actually,
input
Jennifer
from us?
does a decent job for that, but I have to run the election. I.
I know you run the election, I get that, Sharon, I'm not trying to take that away from you. I'm
I
trying,
know.
the prep part of it, getting it in the paper
If
for
it's-
45 days.
If it's.
If it was a select board like it was with him, I would do everything.
I'm just saying a
MAUSD does a piece.
special
and then I
town
do it.
meeting to adopt,
It's
the
not
zoning.
called a special town meeting when it's an election. It's an election.
No, but what about, I asked, what about a special town meeting? We have,
So why not eliminate the word annual and put,
any annual or
Any-
special?
and-
no.
Slash special?
Eliminate annual and add an S to the end of meeting, so it says preparation of,
Get rid of the,
Gathering of information and preparation.
of town meetings.
hang on,
Yeah.
information preparation for town meetings. It would be proper English.
Yeah, with the capital T, capital M, to
Yeah.
distinguish them from just other meetings.
Yeah, does that make sense? Does that help alleviate
Yeah.
some of your concerns, Joel?
Yeah, I'm just,
it helps me, I was trying to get that before and I just couldn't make it work.
I'm just trying to
When
say
I
if
was-
we're gonna have a special meeting for something.
Yeah, now it's all town meetings, it would cover it for you.
I mean, generally, unfortunately for Sharon, everything will fall to the town clerk because the town clerk knows the most really about everything that's going on pretty much.
And just to clarify, the guidance I've received is that for, even during an election like November 5th, because we have an Australian ballot item for election, that is a special town meeting. It's not to be confused with an annual town
But
meeting.
it's not really a meeting, it's
No,
a
but it's
special
a-
It's a
election.
meeting
But
of
it's
people.
called
to
a
vote.
town meeting.
Right.
So
Should that
It's
say
just
that?
a poor
It's-
choice of words.
Should that
It's
say any town
semantics.
meeting or election?
No.
Because
No,
it's,
The
it's,
town
a-
meeting's Monday night.
She doesn't have to coordinate.
The election.
Sharon handles the elections all on her
Okay.
own.
Cause we do we'll have the
We
informational
can do
meeting,
parentheses,
but.
not elections. That's
Yeah.
Sharon's job.
Okay,
Shouldn't name names.
But that's
The
true.
clerk.
The clerk.
So we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, also.
I mean, it doesn't mean
I
we
mean,
can't
if you
change
look-
it again,
That's
because
right.
we're gonna
We can-
review it.
We can look through this
Yeah.
and, yeah, I'm sure this will change.
Now you can get rid of all the things for town administrator. Anything you got for town administrator, turn over.
Yeah, we might want to add more working conditions in too. There's only 3 in here, so.
or maybe we don't, because we'd like to hire somebody. We're like, why do they need 4
Surprise.
pages
I don't
of
think we
working
need
conditions?
Snow removal or installation of storm windows. Like,
I could not believe that was actually in the job description, just so you know.
well, the Middlebury one is, that was had some crazy stuff in.
Okay, before we start.
Right, in the Middlebury one, it was physical and mental demands. The ability to abruptly switch focus dozens of times throughout the day to address frequently changing priorities. This is the new one that they actually sent out and hired somebody.
Yeah,
The ability to maintain mental focus to produce accurate spreadsheets and monthly and quarterly reports with a noisy, open office atmosphere.
The noisy.
It's very detailed.
I know, the ability to manage stressful conditions.
Say how
that
many
include-
times they go to the bathroom?
Right,
Or what?
and Bob's gonna bring cake and
Right.
bring in the break room.
And Jessica brings candy.
Jessica brings candy.
Well, I got an email today,
Yeah.
I don't know, 10:30. We're shutting the water off from Walgreens south to the Public Works garage. Doesn't say when or anything, so I called up, I said, well, our branch across the road, I says, is that happening? Yeah, they're digging now, it's shut off. Because I thought that's so, because it doesn't have a date or time. Usually you send tomorrow or the next day.
Right, immediately.
It's right out there in front of G-Stones, that same spot again, and dig it all up.
So are you gonna pull up the planning and
Yeah.
zoning one?
in my original drafts, my primary changes were, references to the capital improvement plan, working with the planning commission on the capital improvement plan. And, yeah, primarily
Yeah,
that.
which should be all in this one too.
Yeah.
And again, this was sort of taking the same format
Mhm.
as the other job description and trying to break it down into those different sections. So we can obviously move these sections around.
much cleaner. Also made my head hurt.
Right.
Right, like number two, E911, that could move somewhere else in terms of. So what did we, Jessica, you wrote it down in terms of the particular thing for planning, which would be the water.
Oh, right.
The water
So that
sewer
was,
allocation.
that was under the zoning and planning administration, that
Yes.
first one.
Okay,
So
so what did we want to put in there?
what I had jotted down was coordinate for permits and town letters of support with the town administrator supervision.
So that's water district specific, right?
Water district, gotta
Mhm.
get the word, I think there.
So what would we want to say, coordinate? Uh, I mean, do we also want sewer in there as well?
Right, because they have to do both.
Right,
If
don't
somebody,
they?
if somebody applies for sewer, in our town,
If
it's
applied for.
pretty unlikely
Right.
unless they expand.
Right.
And I think that's the only time we done it was when the new hairstylist came in.
Came
Then
in, we had to do
a
it.
Uh,
Yep.
New letter for that.
All right, here.
Yeah,
where'd
we
you-
expanded the district when John.
Moyer
went
stepped
in
in.
Mhm.
For the trading post.
Good luck reading my handwriting.
Coordinate, for. permitting.
Allocation. I would say we could coordinate water and sewer allocations
And permit,
in conjunction with the, maybe in conjunction with the permitting process. I don't know.
coordinate water and sewer district allocations in conjunction with the permitting process.
Yeah.
Does that sound?
Yeah.
Really is good.
Allocation letters, issuance of
Right,
allocation letters.
Does it need to be letters specific, or can it just be the allocations?
I think allocation.
Letters, because
Letter.
it's putting it on a letter, in a
it
letter.
has to go to the state,
Well,
might have to go to the
Again, I
state.
want to put, let's say we bump forward 3
Right.
years from now,
And it's
and
electronic.
now it's all just a
Right.
digital form.
Right,
So I would come up with some communication, I am with you, but
yeah. I think it's fine, I mean, you're doing the allocations and it's, the other things are associated with that. A letter, an email, or whatever, right?
No, yours came in an email, it came in to me, right? For our allocations.
It's probably a letter.
Huh?
If you had to submit it to the
I
state.
would say
something-
issuance of allocation,
that's it, right there. I was trying to come up with a word there. I'm like, there's a word missing that would fix
Right.
this.
right?
Okay,
That's happier.
Really? I think that's also.
coordinate water and sewer district issuance of allocations.
Issuance of water and sewer district allocations.
There
Would
you
that
go.
be better?
Yeah, I would take
Instead
the
of
water and sewer
coordinate.
district out and just say issuance of water and sewer
Yeah,
allocations.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, you don't need coordinated, actually.
There,
Should
and I
be.
wouldn't capitalize it,
Kind of like what?
water and sewer district. I would just say issuance of water and sewer allocations.
Get rid of the district word.
Get rid of the district. There.
No, I think you need the word district in there.
No. Why?
It's just allocations. I
If
think
we're
you're-
just issuing the
So-
allocations,
For your permit, you don't need one for, I don't think if Peaker comes over up on Hot Scrabble Road where he's got a lot, puts a house in, he doesn't need to.
Right,
right,
but
but
this
this
is
isn't
only,
saying,
this is somebody who's being reactive.
Municipal, how about municipal water and sewer?
I know, but this is,
Issuance of municipal water and sewer allocation.
like, this person isn't
Actually, I think
doing
that's
any
right.
of this on their own. It's
So-
reactive, right,
so-
to applications.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
because,
that distinguishes.
because you're gonna need a state
I'd really like
permit
to see something you read
outside,
before
of-
you spell check
outside
it.
of your municipal.
Right.
And I'm okay with that, that's fine.
Yeah, municipal.
Okay.
Okay, lovely.
I just didn't, somebody up on Hot Scrabble Road or wherever, they don't need to.
Well, they wouldn't get
Well,
it because they
wouldn't
aren't,
apply,
they
right.
wouldn't.
Right, but
Well-
they still need
A sewer permit.
they still need a sewer permit, and the allocation is gonna be based on the bedrooms.
They're not gonna get an
They're gonna get a
allocation.
separate
They will
one.
from the state.
Yeah, but
Right,
it would,
but
but that,
that's-
this is town, this is a,
I
Associated
understand that,
with
but
the-
if I read that, if I read that, I'm gonna say, oh, I don't need to go to the state, I can get it from the town.
I know, but regular
It says
people won't,
municipal.
but regular people
municipal
won't be
clears it up.
reading
I
this
see what you're
job.
Municipal clears it up.
that's fine.
Okay, okay,
Clear as mud in the water.
okay.
So right at the very beginning. you-
Why am I reading it then? I'm regular people.
You're not, you're select board.
Um,
It doesn't say that in my job description.
even further
Let's
up. with
rewrite
your-
it.
at the top.
No.
I would take the
So,
full-time
yeah,
out and do
so-
the flexible with evening.
Yeah.
Well, your hours there, and then you list 20 hours a week down in your job.
Right,
summary.
no, the hours, because I wasn't sure, I knew we were going to 32, but I wasn't sure, so hours. Do we want to do this, what did we change it, we just moved this up?
We got
status
rid of that.
full-time.
Got rid of the hours and said flexible with evening meetings required to the status.
But
Okay,
is this one specific to 32 hours?
well,
or-
kind of, right?
Wow.
I thought we changed it.
I had suggested 32 to 35.
Right,
And so down here it says this part-time role averaging.
Yeah, we
Right.
haven't,
Yeah,
that's what it
okay.
currently is.
That's what it
Okay,
currently is.
that's what, yeah, that's what I
So we
said,
have
I
to
haven't done a
change
lot of
that,
tweaking
okay.
on this. So for the full-time, it's obviously a different full-time position than a 40-hour work week, but do we just leave in full-time, and is it salaried? It's not salaried,
It's
is it?
not.
Okay, so just full-time, flexible with evening meetings required.
I don't know, I put 32 hours there. I mean, because under the job qualifications, we're just saying high school diploma or equivalent, like would they? I mean, well, we do say experience in municipal planning, just will they know what, like, if I saw full-time, I think 40 hours.
So you can leave full-time there in your description down below.
Okay.
Get rid of part-time, say something along averaging 32 to 35 hours a week.
Okay, that, then you.
Plus meetings, plus.
That's the 35, so the 32 is sort of what they should have for office hours, in the
Okay.
3 hours a week, add some meeting.
So if they don't meet
Okay.
that week, they're at 35 and
That's
or 30.
good. Just so people know, I mean, maybe they've worked for a town, but maybe they have equivalent experience and they don't know that that's.
So do we like
full-time.
that, this role, averaging 32 to 35 hours per week?
Yeah.
Includes zoning administration, support to local boards, public assistance, and assignment of new street addresses. Position requires evening meetings and regular office hours.
Should it say as needed after evening meetings?
Position requires evening meetings as needed.
Just asking that question. though.
Well, it's pretty regular.
Did you say that?
I was gonna say it is pretty
Go
regular,
back up to the
Because this
top line.
person sits with
It
planning,
says flexible
development
with evening meetings
review,
required,
and something
or it says
else.
I
full-time.
want to know,
I think
I was
it's
gonna
evening.
apply, how many, is it every evening? Is it every Monday? Is it every
I
Tuesday?
think it's at least once
Go
a
ahead,
week,
Donna.
right?
Well, go ahead.
How would you feel about replacing the word zoning with development review process? And the reason I suggest that is because it's more than just zoning now. It's
Where are you
also
talking about?
everywhere, although not in the title. Planning and zoning administrator, that is what it is. But,
I mean, technically, it's administrative officer. but
True.
it's
yeah,
not Per statute.
but it's now subdivision regulations, floodplain regulations. It's more than zoning. And then with the development review process, it's design review, it's DRB and planning commission.
So what's your suggestion instead of?
Development review process, so planning and development review operations. I mean, it might not always flow, but it's just a suggestion to acknowledge that it's broader than just zoning.
Town of Bristol's planning and development review operations. What are people's thoughts on that?
Seems fine to me.
Okay.
Still says per week includes zoning administration, so we
Right.
still got the zoning,
So zoning's still in
the
there,
word zoning.
and it's in the title still.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't, I mean,
Well,
when
maybe-
Eric was here and we had an assistant, Bob, we had an enforcement side. I don't see anything in there that says
Well,
enforcement.
that's,
Yeah,
that's,
it's in
that's,
there.
It
That's
comes
it.
down-
Enforcement bylaws and regulations, the point issue.
Yeah.
what
Okay, I'm clear, I'm going with that then. Third bullet.
again,
number one.
eliminating the 20-hour reference, but includes zoning, subdivision regulations, floodplain regulations. Just kind of broaden the description a little bit beyond zoning.
But you had it down below some of that stuff, right?
That's what I thought it was down
Oh,
below.
yeah, we have it in
Sorry.
under one.
Your job summary is getting too big, I think.
Okay. Never mind.
I agree with you, but it's down below, as Chris said.
Right,
The subdivision.
right. Administer Bristol's unified development regulations, including zoning, subdivision bylaws, and floodplain management.
Mm.
Issue zoning permits, certificates of compliance, enforce bylaws and regulations, including issuing violation notices.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, working conditions, it copied the
we
town.
haven't gotten that
Stop
far
jumping,
yet.
stop jumping.
We go on to page 2.
You seen that one, Chris?
Not till you get down to required.
Okay.
AZ also does the meeting
I think-
agendas that for the design review?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I think if we're gonna, way at the top, we put down allocation of water and sewer, it should say it there, collaborate and coordinate with the town administrator, public works department. And well, it says other municipal entities, so should it say water and sewer?
We're,
That's appropriate.
we're
Right there under collaboration.
number 5.
Yeah, right under collaboration. It says work with the town administrator and
Okay.
public works department. Should it say, because we've taken the
Yeah,
water allocations away from the administrator and give it to planning, which is, I agree now. Should it
yeah,
say
it could
that?
be clear. It could be Public Works Department, Water and Sewer Department, and other municipal entities.
Work with the town administrator, town departments, and because you're not creating like department, water
Yeah.
department, sewer department, police department, or whatever.
Work with the town administrator and other town departments.
Right.
Yeah, eliminate all the other.
Yeah, you could. Town departments.
They're called fat fingers.
Yes, I know. Well, that would be, town administrator. Work with the town administrator, town departments, and other municipal entities.
Should it say public works / private projects? I'm thinking of a, new street or this, that.
Let's say participate in grant application preparation, and project management. I would assume that means town project management. They're not gonna manage any private projects. They shouldn't be.
No, but they're gonna let the public works know that, okay, there's a new road going on Pine Street.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I think in my original outline somewhere and in my narratives, just introducing the idea that the position would be responsible or have the opportunity to work on specific projects like sidewalks.
Right.
Take responsibility for moving those forward.
Right, which is in that first one, I think, right? In terms of work, number 5, first bullet, work with the town administrator, town departments, and other municipal entities on planning and public works projects.
Well, that's different than managing them, preparing the RFPs,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
moving
that
it
something
forward,
we
the
want?
contract.
Is that a zoning and planning thing?
But it can be a planning thing.
I think it could be a planning.
And the rationale there is because with a lot of this, with planning is implementation. And that's where the capital projects, the capital improvement plan comes in. That's implementing the town plan, implementing policies. And I can tell you that at least folks that are typically interested in planning like to see implementation, like to be part of actually making things happen rather than just being in this hamster wheel of constantly planning. So, I mean, and I talked with AZ about that, and AZ is interested in at least tackling, I think the sidewalks would be a manageable thing.
But then
So you could
it
change-
gets after the RFP, it gets to the money side.
Mhm.
And I think that's all operations manager, or that's the town administrator.
All right, so,
I agree with the planning part of it all the way up to,
Yeah, working with the engineers and making
Yeah.
sure that, like,
All the specs are-
not all of the projects are grant funded. Some of them come out of the sidewalk fund. And so that's an easy one for the planning and zoning administrator to issue the RFP, evaluate the bids, make a recommendation, and kind of
So you could
coordinate
do-
that whole.
so I've taken one of these from the TA position, the bullet point 4 here on the screen. So in the TA position, it's collaborate with the grant administrator to identify, apply for, and manage grants that support the town's development. So we could tweak that a little bit in the,
Would it be identify and manage? Or identify and implement? I don't know.
Well, it's not gonna be grants though.
No.
It's town projects.
Okay, town.
right, so it's, but you're working with the I think she would still work with that position, sorry, would still work with the town.
Right, because
Grant.
whatever
administrator.
funding source, the
Yes.
planning and zoning administrator
So,
would not necessarily be dealing with the funding side of it.
right,
but
so it would be
more the
collaborative with
implement-
the town administrator, not the grant administrator.
Right.
Right.
To identify, manage, and implement.
Hmm. I mean, quite honestly, that's how I got so involved with community development,
Mhm.
because my background is planning.
Mhm.
And you take all of that planning
The
experience and you
town's
apply it
development.
to implement things.
Just
And
delete the
over
rest.
time, you just build up a lot of that experience and.
If you just go down to the town's development,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Collaborate with the town administrator to identify, manage, and implement the town's development and infrastructure needs.
Or projects, you could say projects instead of needs.
Specific project.
Do we want to take out bullet point number 3 then? Participate in grant application preparation and project management? Or is that still something separate?
I think that's separate though.
The only one I can imagine is municipal planning grants.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that would be the only one that, at least initially, unless the
Things
position
expand.
grows and, the skill set expands. but-
And as of right now, there is, like I was saying, there really isn't much to do there.
Okay.
So I would omit it, and if it looks like.
So
that's it-
take that one out.
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
like the next one covers most of it.
So collaborate with the town administrator to identify, manage, and implement the town's development and infrastructure projects.
like that.
Does that sound okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I had a question under the experience part. Is it the valid driver's license? one?
No, that's
Oh.
not one, but
What was yours?
Well, I'm just wondering how necessary that is. Like a lot of young people aren't getting driver's licenses anymore. So
well,
could we just say,
What are they doing instead?
How are they gonna go?
Not drive.
Visit a property?
yeah,
Certificate of compliance, how are they gonna
you
go do
have to do a
that?
site, you
if
have
they
to
can't
physically go
drive?
on site.
Right.
but so can they take like a bus or?
Go get a bus to the upper.
Not for not
Or-
Or even open my house. I mean, okay, they could drop him off on 116, then you're hoofing it.
Yeah, so that'd be my, I mean.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So we want somebody, they have to have their own car.
Yeah.
You
Right.
do, you really need it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
It
we
just
wanna
seems
say
weird
a
it's
valid
under-
driver's license because we don't want
Remote.
somebody driving without a license.
Well, of course, but it seems weird that it's under experience. It's just like,
Knowledge
It means
Qualifications,
knowledge
then?
and skills, yeah.
do you know how to drive?
Experience of
You'd be
driving.
surprised.
What'd you do with it, Ian? Did you
I'm
just
gonna
say
put it
that
down
was-
here somewhere. I'm gonna
Maybe
put-
its own bullet.
Working conditions?
Or, yeah, working conditions.
One
It
of the
does,
working conditions?
under working conditions, it does already say that you have to do.
Some travel may be
Yeah.
required.
Yeah, so you could put it in.
So I think that would make more sense to me. It
Okay.
just seemed weird there.
And, yeah, the only other one under that same section was you had knowledge of specific development regs and other
32 to
relevant
35.
municipal ordinances. I would also just include the town plan, that's actually.
Which one,
Oh,
Chris?
sorry, under experience, it's your third bullet point.
Oh, there it is.
More.
Sorry.
Knowledge of the,
And town plan.
So-
Yeah, comma, regulations, town plan and other relevant municipal ordinances. I think that's a pretty imperative document.
yeah.
And under working conditions, I think there's a typo in the second bullet.
Yeah,
You have the town administrator.
yeah. Copy paste.
Oh. Under, yeah, working conditions, there, the second one, the
Second
town
one
administrator.
Is expected.
Mm, right,
And also,
and we don't
don't really
really,
need to go to all the.
yeah,
meetings.
exactly,
Just say,
relevant or.
yeah, that's what I'd
I
say,
said-
relevant.
I changed it to, is it, is to attend select board meetings and other town relevant event upon request.
Yeah, upon request, that's good.
Well, it should be referencing planning commission and DRB meetings and design review committee meetings.
Right, the regular evening meetings are required, that, I think that regular evening meetings
Of
for.
the planning commission.
Commission.
So
development
you're gonna put
board,
there,
exactly.
how come it says town administrator?
You're gonna put
This is
planning
Don
board.
He's gotta take it out.
Fix this.
He doesn't wanna type it, cause he knows he's gonna make mistakes,
Yeah,
he's
someone's
copying and
blocking-
pasting.
Did you block, you didn't block and cover
No.
from the other one?
It must be in the original.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why it would be in there, it's interesting.
They merged the two documents.
So you can't trust AI.
It's that's why we're going through this.
So I think they're saying regular evening meetings on the first bullet
Yeah,
for the planning commission and, what'd you say, planning commission and
And DRB.
DRB, design, development review board.
Should-
And design, I mean.
And
you've got a lot
design
of meetings.
review
I know.
commission. There's
So
three
it's
of
getting too
them.
wordy.
Should that,
well,
Can you
that's,
just say PC, DRB and,
well, no, I don't know. if we need those
DRC.
in there.
Regular town.
But wait, don't we have that already in here somewhere?
We have as the
Way up at the top,
serve as a
yeah.
liaison to those.
Yeah, serve as liaison among the planning commission, DRC, development boards, town administrator, and select board.
I mean, we could say. And attend, put the meetings there.
Although, well, I mean, maybe they know,
well, it says
it
position
surprised
requires
me
evening
how
meetings and
many,
regular office
how many
hours.
meetings are in the evening. So if somebody has kids, they might want to know
And
this.
sometimes the DRB doesn't meet for months and months.
Right,
Right,
Oh, and the DRC might only meet
Right.
twice a year.
right,
Right.
yeah.
And then the DRB could meet once a week,
Right.
or every other week, sometimes
And then it
it
And,
changes.
and lucky AZ, the DRB has been meeting almost every
Every
week.
week,
And
every-
the
every-
planning commission and the
and the
DRC.
planning commission is
Yeah,
undertaking their
yeah.
whole new.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have the system of preparing meeting materials, public notices, reports for the planning. But yeah, I think
want them to
we've got the
attend.
meetings thing in there. Flexible with evening meetings required. I think we can just assume that.
What I
person
really,
would be-
what I
Well,
really
we're
liked
extended
about
prior
the
to-
planning commission meeting that I attended, the last one, was that AZ was supervising and running the entire meeting. It was a lot more efficient and effective than I've experienced in the past. So I thought that was really, I mean, I think that that's sort of a key role. So I don't know,
is the reporting and supervising that last select board reports to the town, appointed by the select board, reports to the town administrator, is evaluated by the select board. Well, I don't, speaking for one select board member, I don't have a lot of knowledge to know what we're trying to evaluate. I think it's gotta be, say something in accordance with the town policy with guidance from the town administrator or something, how do they do it, or the town, the chair of the board of the planning commission gonna come in and say, you've gotta do something different here.
So you might wanna review 24 VSA 4448, which actually lays out that you hire the administrator on recommendations. They're recommended by the planning
Planning
commission,
commission, right.
approved by you all. And if you decide to terminate, it's also in coordination with, or there's some talk
Okay.
about with the planning commission involved as well. So I would just check that verbiage
Okay.
out and update that to sort of parrot that.
Could it stay in accordance with town or state policies? I'm just asking,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
why,
know, I don't know the best way to do it.
I wouldn't know how to evaluate, it. Somebody say, well.
No, that's why they include the planning commission in there, it was very intentional.
Right, so who evaluates that position? Okay,
Ideally, though, it would also be in coordination with the chairs of the planning
Planning
commission and the DRB.
okay,
And the DRB gets, they try to keep that up intentionally because it can become a slippery slope, because the DRB also is the one who would hear any.
Case that they turned down.
Yeah, anytime there's an appeal, so you gotta be very careful on that one, so that's why they usually leave it with the planning commission.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
interesting, okay, the planning commission, definitely,
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay.
I like that, I think we're covered with town or state policies.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just asking.
We still don't in terms of the reporting and supervision.
It's not state policy,
So I
it's
guess
state
there-
statutes.
That position isn't
Okay, use the
reporting or
word statute.
supervised by the
Well,
planning
you would have to
commission.
say
It's just
town
the
policies or
advisement
state
of the position
statutes.
to be hired or potentially fired is planning commission.
Because again, not every community has a town administrator. So
Right,
in those
precisely.
communities that don't have one, the planning commission chair probably has a more active role.
So should, Michelle brought up a good point, should it say with town policy or state statutes?
It's not state policies, it's state statutes.
Okay.
Cut and paste or state statute
Or
and or state
or see
statute.
statutes question mark? We're not quite sure. Okay. Anything
Looks
else for this one?
So is the plan to finalize these at the next meeting on the 28th?
I would think so. That gives us
Next
some.
Monday.
other-
Monday.
Yeah, everybody
then-
read them,
And then,
send one copy out, just one,
yeah.
not 40 different copies.
There you go.
Say
Then the
draft
next
all over
step
it.
would be
They're gonna say
to
draft on them.
agree on the advertisement.
Mhm.
So, and that would include the salary range
Mhm.
and which is public stuff. And so we can get that advertised.
Yeah. the sooner the
AZ's,
better.
the planning and zoning position doesn't need to be advertised, of course, but, the other one.
Do we still advertise it? Or, because we're not hiring somebody for it, we're just increasing her hours, right, or their hours?
Right, yeah, that's
Is that right?
fine. Yeah, that doesn't need
Right.
to be advertised.
So
Okay,
we need to, are we finalized on that position and those hours and this new? We have to decide that, because we hadn't decided that yet.
Right.
It was brought to our attention, but we still were.
Should, I hate to do this, in the hours, should we, we put full-time, should we put 32 to 40?
Well, did you put 32 to 35 in the first paragraph?
Yeah, we did, but should we put 32 to 40?
with the idea to keep it open in case we need more time.
Well,
Yeah,
we
but
can-
then they may work 40 hours and then you're
Well,
paying
that's
for
why-
40 hours, so if you're
Yeah,
not,
well, what's stopping them from working 40 hours now? We
they're
tell
only
them,
allowed to
we
work 20.
tell them,
So we only pay them for 20 then
Right.
regardless of what they work.
No.
No,
No?
no,
not
they're
salary.
hourly,
Not
They're
salary.
they're hourly.
You pay
So, so it's up to the supervisor to catch it when it happens.
Mhm.
well, that's why I'm wondering.
It's also the need too, because we're adding more into this job description, and we thought by bumping it to 32 from 20, that would cover that, but, you know.
Well, that's why
positions grow, we do more
my
and more
concern
things.
would be that 32 doesn't cover it,
I see.
and we end up bumping against 40, and we told them 35, so they say, I'm done at 35.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, what is your sense about, would the 12 hours extra be enough to cover the,
I don't know that it makes all that much difference. It wouldn't hurt to say 40, but to leave it flexible because there
I
are gonna
mean,
be
we are
times of the
saying, we
year.
are saying full-time,
Mhm.
and 32 hours by the state's rules is full-time.
I think some candidates, and I know that the present occupant of the position would appreciate the flexibility of not having to do 40 hours
So you could
Right.
do 32 to
Right,
40 if
because-
needed.
Mhm.
of other things going on for them. So,
So do we want to say this role, averaging 32 to 40 hours per week?
well, average suggests more than 40. I mean,
Right, that's true,
yeah. Yeah, I think one of the main
You just
purposes of
ranging
broadening it
between.
to a full-time position is the access to benefits. And again, one of the primary motivations is employee retention.
Mhm.
And I think it's a wise investment.
Right, we don't specify in either of these positions, the flexibility from working at home versus being in the office.
I would say that for the contract, at least for the.
For the interview.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so there's no specifics in
I'd be
this.
Yeah.
I would just be careful about that.
Yeah, I'd just soon, if we can have people here, I want them here.
Sure,
Mhm.
but you know, with some, I mean, I guess if you don't mention anything, then someone applying,
They
they
can
ask a question.
In today's new work environment, people are gonna ask, can I work from home? What
Right.
is your work from home policy?
It's a negotiable.
Yeah.
Well, we need to create a policy.
I think you do say
You
flexible.
You can't say, you
though, right?
can't say flexible because they can say, oh, well, that means I could be home 4 days a week and only in the office one.
Mhm,
No,
So
it's a hardship on the rest of us.
mhm.
it is.
Right. Yeah,
Well, for
you
any,
know,
for
I,
any position, I think.
Well, no, I mean, free to work from home 100%, so every position
Right,
is.
that's
unique.
true.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So,
Good point.
Mine, I
Yeah, but
can't work from home.
Problem with, the thing with
Do
Frida
you
is
wanna
that she
work
doesn't
from home?
need person-to-person contact.
Can't
We're
take the ball
zoning.
with me.
Zoning
You
does.
need
well,
face-to-face,
some of it- yeah, some of
hands-on.
it is, but there's also
Right.
a lot of just slogging through paperwork.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, it's, you really should evaluate it on each position.
Right.
So let's not put it in the
Yeah,
job
I would
ad then.
Okay,
But for the hours, you could say 32 to full-time, 32 to 40 hours per week.
but do you do
Do you
that,
have that in there?
do you want it in the job summary? That's where we have the hour now, this role averaging 32 to 35 hours per week.
I thought I saw it somewhere else
Mhm.
too.
I mean,
We
if
took
it's,
it out of the other
if,
stuff.
if
I
that's what
personally
it's
would leave it
averaging
the
now,
way-
we could leave it that way. I just,
We can
32
always
you're saying
adjust,
32 or
if something
35?
comes up, we can always adjust
that's what
it.
it says now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or pay overtime.
I mean, I don't want somebody to come in and say, well, it says 32 to 40, so I'm working 40 and getting paid for 40.
Okay, so let's leave it 32 to 35 for now, since we are bumping it 12 already to 32 with the current person in the role.
Mhm.
It's not like we're filling this.
Right,
Um,
so we don't have to worry about attracting
Yeah.
somebody.
True.
Okay,
Okay, sounds good.
Heard the AZ's last email to the state, that's wrong.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
that is it.
No,
Came out
Must be
Saturday
you saw it.
At Swanyer Road.
Oh, the one she sent today,
Yeah.
They,
they sent today,
You mean,
and I told they about another box
I
that.
didn't get,
I didn't, yeah,
I didn't get
How can you
anything.
get it? Yeah.
Pull.
Yeah.
I copy Peeker on just about everything road related.
All right.
That's
So
probably
therefore why we didn't get it.
I got it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah, but
copy
you
me
have
on
to.
Party related.
Yeah.
Swanyer Road ends at the loop.
Keep them on the road.
Yeah.
And when we did ancient roads, we threw
See,
the,
and I told AZ about that box, and AZ went through it and found some more stuff, so.
yeah, but when we did ancient roads, we threw that road
okay,
out.
so,
Which
but it's
one?
still listed as on your highway,
Yeah,
Swannier?
it's still listed as a
the
class
loop.
4 untravelable, unmaintained highway, both Bristol and New Haven. Both, so,
But it doesn't go in New Haven at all.
it,
No, it doesn't. I know exactly where it is. It does not go in New
so,
Haven.
so based on the state highway maps, one 1/100th of a mile,
Please.
whenever
What do you
that
want?
shoots up, 1/1 mile.
Sorry.
It could be.
Need more chocolate.
I got one.
The telephone pole is there and it came over the
They can
road.
argue about roads.
When I was a kid, when we plowed that field, you could see the old road.
I'm gonna
And you can
put
still
these all
see
in your
what they
pile.
need,
I lost this meeting about 2 minutes after 6.
Okay, I want to give you an update. Marcia,
On what?
oh, it's fine.
There's a Dugway there.
Hold on,
Marcia.
hold on, Michelle, hold on.
It's not-
Like the other one, give me one.
That's nothing they need to know. He might,
Going.
Peeker might be
Where are you
interested.
going?
I'm ready to
go.
Okay.
Marcia, Kevin talked to Tim Short after Kyle's nasty gram. And so Tim has been trying to convince Kyle that what he's asking for is unreasonable. And Kyle's not listening, so Tim's gonna have to go back out and get some extra measurements, so we're gonna get another bill from Tim.
Is
So
this
he
for
can do
that cabin?
But this is for the letter of map amendment. That's the purpose.
Yeah, whatever it is,
Yeah.
yes. In order, whatever his letter indicated we
Right.
needed, we asked
letter
Tim
of
about doing it,
amendment,
so he's gotta go back out.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't convince Kyle.
So
I personally think Kyle's just being,
can, on that as well,
Agreed.
Tim should himself look at what the requirements are for that. Kyle has no authority over how, that's a purely
Federal.
a federal piece. So
well,
Tim, he's like,
Tim's done it before, so.
yeah, and I mean, I know Ron did one in Moncton when I was there,
Mhm.
and they do, they go out and they get some elevations and they have to.
It's gonna
submit the
recycle, yeah.
Whatever low, I can't remember,
Mhm.
Loma.
Loma.
He said it's not difficult, but he's gotta go get the numbers, because he just thought the one number we needed was what we gave him and it wasn't
So whatever
sufficient.
he needs to do to get that law, he should just do it.
Yeah.
That's what he's
not a
working
big-
on.
That's not really a big surprise.
He
Nothing
wasn't
wrong.
happy with Kyle.
Jimmy's
All right,
done.
Join the
I know.
party.
We're done with our one. Motion to adjourn.
Is there a minute? No, under there is no correspondence or anything?
No.
You always have on there at that. so. Okay, now taken.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Great.
Good job, everyone.
Thank you.
4-1. to
Pretty
adjourn.
efficient, pretty efficient.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Bye, Jimmy.